What's up, guys? I know we're switching on you. I'm starting first. We are here with another Wednesday live episode of Tea and Things. We're gonna start out with shouting out our sponsor here,
Look, is she chilling with her homegirl?
Shante.
Shantae! It's a Wednesday!
Y'all know this is opposite for me. I'm not used to flipping, starting it out. But we're gonna shout out our sponsor here, Lucky Coin. If you have a small business you want to grow, hit us up and we'll get you in touch.
Yes. We got some celebrity tea. A lot of celebrity tea, actually.
Yeah, we got
some good, some bad.
Yeah, good, bad, and ugly.
Good, bad, and ugly. I'm putting on my earrings, y'all. I was looking a hot mess, so I'm like, let me throw these little earrings on. All right.
All right. Well, we're here in the building.
Right. And I'm not doing right. I don't have my devices set up or nothing. So here we go.
All right. All right. Well, and I always hate starting out with condolences. And this is like a big one for Atlanta too.
Mm-hmm.
But condolences to the
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
to the family of Miss Wanda Smith. She was a radio host in Atlanta on V103 for 20 years. A long time.
Yeah.
She had a long run for radio. And for one station, that's a long
It
time.
was.
Because I have a lot of friends in radio and they bounce.
Yeah.
So that was a long run. I spent many years listening to her.
She was so funny.
Morning show, yeah.
Such a nice woman. I've been to a couple of her events and she was just always really sweet. She lived in our area, so we often saw her either at the grocery store or at Five Guys, and she was always just as nice as she was on the air, is just as nice as she was in person. I certainly didn't know her personally, but I saw her enough to feel like I knew her.
20 years for sure, Lord.
Yeah.
And she also did you know that she was a credited writer for the hit TV show Def Comedy Jam and BET
I think I knew.
View. Yeah.
I think I knew that she was a writer for Def Comedy Jam.
Really? I didn't.
But I didn't know about Comic View.
Yeah. And she also, played in a few different Tyler Perry movies. So when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, I remember her in those movies.
Such a short life.
Yeah, only 58 years old. That's very
scary.
sad.
Very scary.
Scary, yeah, for sure. For sure. So condolences to her family, fans, friends, everybody. She will be greatly missed.
Yeah.
She was a big talent here in Atlanta.
She definitely was, and we're very sorry to hear about that. So I actually thought it wasn't real. We were out celebrating a friend of mine's birthday, and there was this comedian, and he was sitting next to us, and he said, "Oh my God, Wanda Smith died." And I was like, "What?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he showed me the post, and I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I was pretty shocked. I was pretty shocked.
Yeah.
She's so young, and it's just,
yeah.
You don't.
You never want to see that type of thing.
Yeah. Like, I was like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I had to shoot out some messages to see if it was true. And
yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah,
for sure. So
what else we got going on?
Listen, y'all know, don't come for Chris Brown, because coming for Chris is like coming for me.
Oh my!
Y'all know that's my baby. I love me some Chris Breezy. Okay, but anyway, Breezy, Chris Brown. So he has a concert in South Africa coming up in December.
Okay.
And they are petitioning it and trying to get the concert banned. Okay. It's they have over 20,000 signatures as of right now for the petition.
But why?
Well, okay, so it's a group of advocacy women.
Advocacy women.
Yeah, that and for his violent past.
I
And I'm
mean,
like, his past is his past. Chris the
uh,
only one that get a pass with me.
I mean, I don't know. And I guess he needs to really set the record straight, because I guess my question is, was that the only time that ever happened was with Rihanna? Or I mean, did he have a history? Because I never heard of him ever being violent towards anyone else.
Yeah.
And that's the
haven't
thing,
heard
like
that.
sometimes and we had a show, not long ago, where we talked about how people sometimes don't bring out the best in you.
Mm-hmm.
And so was it just a situation where they just were not good for each other?
I think that's what it was
It,
for sure. I mean, I feel like Chris is talented in every way, like everybody
and he
said.
seems really sweet
And you
too.
could tell his spirit, and he's fun and I
And
think he's sweet.
and if you've ever gone to one of his concerts, like the way he puts on like this bad boy whatever, but when he talks to his fans, and I mean, I don't know, it could be an act, but you can't be that sincere. He's really like, I wouldn't be here without you guys. Like I have got to say that I was very impressed with how he really communicated with his fans, and how much he really was like, I am so grateful that I'm still even in this position to be able to do this, 20 years later.
And I feel like he's very genuine when he says that. Because watching him in interviews, I mean, he's even spoke about he's shocked that he's, such
Even
a
still,
star.
right, even still
Like,
here, right.
yeah. I think he's genuinely a great guy. And I think y'all need to stop coming for Chris. But it doesn't matter, because his show, if they don't get it banned, it will sell out. He did a show in Johannesburg and it sold out within 2 hours.
That's how it is here in LA.
Yeah,
That junk
for
will sell
sure.
out.
I mean, yeah. And moving on, this is shocking but exciting. Big Meech has been released from jail.
Yeah.
After being in jail since 2005. So,
The world
I mean,
is
he's
the
not
world
just
has
running around
changed.
free. And for you guys that don't know Big Meech, he was leader of
BMF.
BMF. Yeah, that's his son that plays it. Okay. Favorite show ever. But he was Black Mafia Family, arrested back in 2005, was given 30 years. He will serve the rest of his sentence in a halfway house, which is good because his family, things like that, should be able to see him, is transitioning back into
Society. He
society.
transitioning back into an empire. The people around him made sure that. So that's good.
Yeah, for sure. And also, his son plays in his hit show BMF.
First of all, his son is fine, okay?
Lil Meech.
just for that part, I'm watching. Even if the story wasn't
you know
good.
what? He does such a great job. I mean, and he auditioned for that role. And
First of all, he is fine, and his voice is so sexy.
Yeah,
all extra deep.
All right, so y'all, it's Chris Brown and Lil Meech. Don't come for them. You coming for me?
Okay. I love Lil Meech. I'm like, child, if I was and you wasn't, we would be.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He seems. You guys know my best friend is an actress, and she's been on the show and played. I ain't gonna tell y'all what she did because I almost had to kick her ass. But she set Lil Meech up, okay? But she said that he is so like cool to work with, such a nice person, so down to earth, everything. And I was like, I could see that in him.
Yeah,
I could see that in him. I could see he's, not all, he was cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's cool. I'm glad he's just a good person all the way around. But you can tell that by his spirit.
You can't tell about the role he played, but anyway, we at 9:10. Do we got any more tea?
No, I ain't got no more. Well, there's plenty more tea out there because we can start on Diddy, but we're gonna go to Diddy next week. Lord Diddy. Oh, we're gonna go to Diddy next week.
Well, I do want to say this, and this is not a political platform, but the polls did open on Monday, so make sure you're registered to vote and exercise your vote, no matter who you're voting for. So,
For sure.
I just want to put that out
you
there.
can check your registry. Let me see. Somebody sent it to me yesterday, and I will tell you where you guys can check to make sure you're registered. There's an online voter registration.
Mhm.
So just Google that and you'll find it. I had to check because I know that I switched my license
Yeah.
from voting to Cobb, and I've always voted and voting for like ever. And I was like, let me just make sure
Right.
that I'm changed over and where I go. So
Yeah.
I did check it, and the registry is good. So
Yeah.
definitely make sure you guys go vote.
Yeah, and one other thing on that I just want to touch is that when you vote, realize that it's not just for the presidency. Like the voting is for more than just that. There's a whole ballot. You can get a sample ballot first and just check to make sure that every single thing on there that you've done your homework and research about what it is. Because I will tell you that sometimes
That could have been a 5-minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that it does definitely affect things like your taxes. So if anybody lives in Cobb County, our county taxes for our houses went up tremendously.
Again.
It went
again.
It went up tremendously, and it was regarding the county school board. And if you voted yes for the tax, that's how our taxes went up. And we didn't know. We didn't understand. We were trying to do right by the kids. So all I'm saying is just know what's on the ballot. Period. Just know what's on the ballot. So, anyways, moving right along, we're going to get into our topic.
Yeah.
Is it acceptable to cheat?
Well, people think it is. I mean, people think it is. Like, I've literally heard women, and not 20, okay, closer to 40, grown women say, all men cheat. It's cool. What? You think I'm going to have a cheater come home to me? Girlfriend, husband, engaged, anything, committed relationship, that's going to be a no. No. I mean, your self-esteem just can't be that low that you're just that acceptable for it. I'm sorry. I mean, does everybody make mistakes? Yes. And that's a different conversation. But to just have an attitude of, oh, all men cheat and it's cool.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
and I'm hearing more and more women say it. It's crazy.
Well, you know, I started looking up some stuff about this earlier, and they have all of these different blogs about the side chick and what she thinks about about the cheating. So what I found is that a lot of side chicks, they have rules. So remember we talked about in a couple of episodes back that you have to establish rules for the relationship.
Right. Okay.
So the side chick also establishes rules as well.
Okay.
But not that it's even fair.
So it's one thing if you're a side chick, you're going into a relationship or whatever you have going on. As a side chick, then yes, you know this person has someone. But when you're not a side chick and you're just acceptable, like, I mean, this is your husband or whatever, and all men cheat, and I'm just going to allow somebody to cheat on me. I mean, I find it to be a point of low self-esteem.
Yeah, you ain't going to get away with it with me.
Less care for yourself. I mean, and I just hear more and more women say, oh, well, he come home to me at night. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, that shit wouldn't fly with me. It ain't gonna. Period.
I always wondered to myself why why is why is that okay? I mean, in some cultures it's acceptable. Like you go to Africa, the more wives you have, the more money you have. It's like that in India as
Right. And all the
well.
wives know about each other, and that's
They
their
all live together. It's like
and that's
sister
their
wives,
culture. Yeah, that's their culture.
but it's not ours. So
No.
I'm not really sure why they feel, because see, it's not like the man is doing all of this provide, like you're doing it behind the person's back.
Exactly.
So I don't understand the need to lie to get what you want.
Yeah, exactly. But finish telling us about the side chick.
So the side chick says that there's rules to this, right? And when you're a side chick, you're like establishing what the rules are prior to accepting the whole situation.
Okay.
A lot of the times the side chick requires that they pay for her house, like they pay her rent or mortgage or wherever she's living.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times the side chick says that they have to have an allowance. The allowance is however much per month plus the amount for the rent. The side chick also requires that, these are my days that you have to spend with me.
Okay.
So,
And the side chick know what they're getting into.
right.
They know they're a side chick.
So that's why they're
So,
establishing all of these
I'm
different
cool
things.
with their rules.
Right. So that's why they're like,
I mean, I'm not gonna be a side chick, but I'm cool with the rules. I'm cool with the rules.
so let me ask you.
You lay them down.
Are you okay? Like, would you be okay being a side chick if you were 20?
I've never been okay.
Does that change?
I've never been okay with being a side chick, but here's the thing. Your mentality level when you're 20, 30, 40, I mean, it's a big difference. You know what I mean? Like something that a 20-year-old would say and a 40-year-old would say should be two different levels. I mean, when you're 20, you're still just dating.
Yeah, and that's why I say, do you convince yourself that this side chick business is, oh, I'm just dating? Do you? Do you convince yourself in your mind?
I mean, but I know older women that's a side chick, but yeah, lay down the rules. But so you're laying down the rules when you're a side chick, but when you're supposedly the main woman or whatever you would call yourself if you're not the side chick, if
the main chick,
if you're in a committed relationship and you're just accepting, oh, he's got a side chick, oh, he cheats, whatever, like that's pathetic to me. I'm sorry. Y'all don't get pissed off at me, okay? But I think it's pathetic. I think it's just it's ridiculous.
So,
and why is it acceptable?
And they've been normalizing it for a long time. Remember that song Fabulous had with Lil Mo? I really want to be with you. I just want to be with you. I can't leave you alone. But I'm living wrong. But they've been making it like so acceptable for so long. And like we're singing along with like, that's my jam. But he's talking about like the side chick.
Yeah.
And we've normalized it. I feel like our society has found ways to brainwash us, actually.
It's very sad.
Right. So I feel like, the type of shows that you watch, they normalize killing, they normalize doing drugs, they normalize, prostitution, they normalize cheating, they normalize it. And we're just feeding our brains this business. So it really shouldn't be a shock that people feel that way. That like they feel like it's okay because society has normalized it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty.
And they've normalized it through the music, through the shows that they show on TV. They just continuously, just think about it. you're influenced by all of the things that happen around you, the things that you listen to, the things that you watch, the people that you're around. So everything that you're allowing to pour into yourself makes those situations more normalized.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I have plenty women, and I'm talking grown. That's like all men cheat, so they're just accepted to it. I'm not one of those women. Will not be. Will not be.
Never, ever, ever,
No.
ever, ever.
Mm-mm. No. No. It will never happen.
Wow.
I mean, do people make mistakes? Yeah, for sure. You know, and that's a different conversation. But just to be accepted,
Wow.
it's okay for you to cheat on me. I find that to be like, my mom didn't raise no girls with no low self-esteem. Okay, let's just go there. Okay.
So your mama ain't raised no food.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Hey, I feel you on
For
that
sure.
one. For real, for real.
We're not. Mm-mm. The Lazard girls is not having that. We're countering for the bag. We're not dealing with the cheat. No, it ain't just going like that. My mom didn't do that. For sure.
Look, my mom didn't do that crap either. So
yeah, no,
that's
not acceptable.
That's one thing she always taught us, like, have respect for yourself, have respect for the things that you do. And, respectful is someone not pulling the bag over,
Disrespecting you.
pulling the wool over your eyes. They're not lying to you. They're not making excuses as to why, you should be okay with whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah.
You have to hold them to a higher standard.
For sure.
So I definitely feel like the whole cheating thing, I mean, side chicks, I don't even know what to say. It's like,
they know what they're getting into, so
I guess do
make
you
them write a check, girl? Make them write a check.
Do you? I would love to get a side chick on the show and just ask her, like, why be the side chick? Now, in watching some of the little podcasts that I did see while we were kind of discussing, this, and just kind of doing my research, a lot of them, like, I don't want to be romantically involved, like emotionally involved. Like, it's kind of like a business transaction.
And then also too, so side chick, yeah, like a business transaction, whatever.
I'm like, well, you like a hoe,
but at the same time, I can respect it, because if you're the side chick of a man that's cheating, even if you were like his wife or whatever, a cheater's going to be a cheater. So do you rather just be collecting a check and going out to eat and getting the bills paid, or would you rather be laying at home depressed, feeling so low because your man's out there doing what he's doing? I'd rather be, if I was gonna be with a cheater, I'd rather collect the perks.
Well, I mean, I think it depends on where you are at in your life. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm saying if I was gonna choose to be with a cheater,
if I was 20 years old, and I don't know, I might be the side.
We're not talking about 20-year-olds, because 20-year-olds, they do what they do. These are grown women.
Well, I ain't talking about me. I would never do it at this age. Never.
Yeah, I mean, there are women that do.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, it doesn't make logical sense to me unless they were hurt and burned at some point, and they just like.
I mean, I just feel like some women, if they're gonna be with a cheater, if that's who they want to be with, that's who they like or whatever, and
it might not even be that they like it.
They're okay with.
They might just
you should collect the perks.
My thing is, it might not even be necessarily that they like it. I know some women that simply do it for the bag. They don't really care about that person at all. They're just like, okay, he wants some arm candy, I'm that. Okay, for this, you gotta pay, basically.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't. I don't.
I mean, I guess we gonna keep it all the way 100. I really. So what my plan is to do? I'm gonna find some women who won't mind speaking on the subject, whether they don't gotta currently be a side chick, but we looking for women who've been a side chick at some point or thinking about being a side chick. And like, let's speak on it. Let's talk about it. Let's keep it 100. So I'm gonna work to see if I can make that happen.
Okay, get on here. We love to have you. And girl, get your bag. I ain't mad at you. Get your bag.
That's what we
Because I don't have no respect for a cheater.
So is the side chick a cheater?
I don't think so, no.
She not a willing. Well, I feel like she a cheater too, because they in a relationship. That's ergo
Yeah,
the
but
side
if she's
chick.
not in a relationship, then ain't got shit to do with her.
Ooh, I really don't have respect for either one of them, but
Yeah, well, but I'm saying at the same time, like, if you're gonna be with somebody that's cheating, and obviously, yeah, I would definitely collect for sure.
Yeah, so
it would have to benefit me for sure.
Well, I will definitely say this: side chicks, come holler at me. Let's figure this thing out.
Let's talk about it.
Let's figure this thing out.
Let's find out how you get in your bag, girl.
Let's find out how you get in your bag. Like, what's the thought process behind, and I wonder to myself, do some people start out as like they think that they're the main chick, but all along they were always the side chick.
And that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? That's totally different.
But
that's just bullshit. It is. It's bullshit on.
So who's the cheater then? Is it so?
Shantae, a person that's in a relationship that's stepping outside of their relationship is a fucking cheater. I mean, there's no gray area there.
No, I'm asking, like,
is a side chick that don't have a boyfriend a cheater?
No. Is the girl who's on the side, and she thinks she in a relationship too. So now is she the cheater as well?
No, I mean, if somebody,
they're both being cheated on.
If somebody think they're in a relationship and don't know about the other party, then that's not their fault. That's not their fault. How can you fault somebody for something they don't know?
I'm just asking. Is this a question?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just asking somebody for something they don't know. And there's plenty of people in those type of situations, for sure.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
that has nothing. If you think you're in a relationship, both parties, and somebody's lying to you, you're being lied to. You didn't have the option to make a choice.
That's true. Took your option away.
Yeah. That don't make you a bad person or a cheater or a side chick or anything. You didn't know.
So then I wonder why the women get so emotional when they find out.
Well, because it's hurtful when you find out somebody's cheating on you.
Yeah, but why do you get emotional with the other woman when she didn't have nothing to do with
it? Well,
I'm just saying.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, who's the cheater?
But there's a lot of emotions involved and hurt. And when you're a hurt person, you're emotionally destroyed. So, I mean, I understand it. It makes sense to me. But
you can't get mad at the other person if they didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's kind of like, okay, well, yeah. I'm pissed, but I don't want to direct my pissivity off at you because you hurt just like me.
Right. And then that's for sure. And that's a good line. But most of the time, people start crossing the line. And so when you're hurt, you have every right to fucking lash. That's how I feel.
But the girl don't deserve it.
Right, but I'm saying if the other person start lashing, getting upset, you know.
I'd be like, girl, you need to talk to him about that.
Yeah. For
There
sure.
ain't nothing to talk to me about.
For sure.
Okay, so we at 30 minutes. We at 30 minutes. We ain't gonna go no further,
So
but
we're gonna give y'all 5-minute tip.
so
Get the ballot.
get the ballot. But what I will tell you is, so our lights went off earlier today, right? And it was really dark. It was really dark in here because it was probably around 7:30 or so when the lights went out. And so you don't realize how many lights you have on in your house until it's completely pitch black. But what we did realize is the street lights was still on. So if ever it's really, really, really dark and you just need something, or you need to try to figure out something, well, number one, you need to know how to unlock your garage just in case you have to get out of the garage and your car is in the garage.
That's a good idea because I don't know how.
You
how to get out of
need
my
to
garage.
learn how to unlock your garage.
That's a good tip because I have no idea.
Because I was thinking to myself, damn, what if I had to go somewhere? How the heck would I get out of this
Or just
garage?
have any type of emergency.
Right. So that's my tip. If like when it's nice and great, go outside and figure out how to manually open your garage.
Okay. That's a good tip. I'm gonna have fun.
You
I'ma
gonna be
have
going
my-
home tonight?
I'm gonna have my neighbor's husband because I always call him to come help and show me how to do everything.
Yeah,
However her house function, my house function.
I know.
We have the same floor plan.
And like literally, and like I was kind of panicking a little bit, and I'm like, I don't understand why I'm panicking. The lights are gonna come back on at some point, but I'm like, if I had to go somewhere, how the heck am I gonna get my car out the garage?
Yeah, that's a good tip. And I think too, with all the storms coming,
Yeah,
just know where your flashlights and like have your stuff
yeah,
available
right.
so that you're not searching in the dark looking for it. I always keep a flashlight like
Right there.
right where I keep one. Yeah, I keep them a few places in my house, but I know how to get to it.
Right, without the lights.
Right. Right. Use your phone flashlight to get to the flashlight.
Dude, it was super, super dark in there. So I was
I
just
can
kind of,
imagine.
I was like, huh? Because it wasn't even storming or anything. So I was like, why are the lights out?
Right. Well,
I'm like, I paid my bill. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off, call BMC.
Georgia Power don't deal.
So that's our time, folks. So we'll see you next week with brand new tea and things. And again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always hit us up at TNThangz, THANGZ @gmail.com. And remember, we're always on YouTube. You can replay us on Facebook, and soon we'll be streaming through IG. So again, we love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in.